dear friends, how are you doing? What's the whole universe? Hope everything is fine. I'm Rashman, who brings all of the one experience. Hello Fiona, hello Jackie, hello Zach, hello Regina, and other viewers who are watching me. Thank you a lot for it. And today we're gonna talk a little bit because my storage is kind of almost full of my phone, yes. And we will talk about planning and about the achievements and other things. Okay, a reflection of our mind, yes. And today I was dancing a bit for an hour and solving some competitive programming tasks in my mind. Actually, it is kind of funny because sometimes I imagine that I solve some tasks and it is like miming in your mind. But actually, I imagine that you do something. Yes, for example, you have a ball, yes, inside of your hand, or maybe the cube, yes, and you can place it here. It is how I learn. Okay, I needed to start from something maybe understandable to most of the people. Okay, but okay, you understand that sometimes we can imagine some things, we can see the edges, we can see the faces of them, and also some sides, vertices, and things of this nature. But actually, we can imagine it in our mind. And when I do this, actually, I do some preparation for solving tasks. Yes, and when I dance, sometimes I do miming of the guitar. Yes, it is guitar playing on piano playing, and right now you understand it better. Okay, because there's more understandable examples that I can give it to you. Okay, and we have also today I was reading a little bit of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. It was good. And also I was writing my PhD thesis. Actually, I was preparing a bit. It is the bibliography I was doing, and also some quotes, citation. I found some phrases, because when we do actually the work of PhD thesis, dissertation, you need to know some people who are in this area and who what said in this area, because it is about traditions, about experience that we have behind it. It is about the kind of knowledge that we already know, and to do this, actually, to provide the value to the audiences who are reading this PhD thesis, we need to kind of provide some backgrounds that are inside of this area, because all even words that we are speaking, we are made by somebody else behind. But in science, actually, they are extremely important to mention people who created them or maybe mentioned them. Okay, and you understand it. Okay, I was doing it. Also, I was playing a little bit of piano and guitar and ukulele too, and learning about musical instruments too, about mandolin and oud. OUD, it is the instrument I learned today, and also others. I was kind of reading the names of them and learning them, actually, how they sound. I was listening to them sometimes, because it is the increasement, can I say it? It is the improvement of our understanding of different musical instruments. If you want to be a composer, it is a nice thing to do, kind of, to listen to different instruments and etc. Also, I found interesting that actually reading is a nice thing. I mean, that I was reading it before, but sometimes I have kind of thoughts about which is better, read or write, or something, to speak or to listen. It is actually, reading it is a nice thing too, because but okay, you understand. It's a bit, because we can see some patterns that are okay. It is you understand it. Okay, and it is nice to read and nice to write too. And if you are a librarian, then it is interesting, really, because you can classify all the information to the different shelves, kind of, inside of your mind. I imagine that you are in the library and you have the classification of that your mind, it is your library, and you actually have the shelves of, for example, sports, science, also music, and cooking, and medicine, and also something else, and others. Actually, it is different, and sometimes they are kind of intersecting each other, and it is good, yes. And reading it is nice to know how people speak. Actually, yes, why reading is important, it is because you learn how people speak. Because sometimes when you kind of know how to speak, then you are kind of, why should I read or something. But actually, when you don't read for a while, then you are kind of become not really smart at words. Maybe you start to think that you created these words, or maybe you start to guess how do people speak or something. And it is important to read old books and new books too. And because in the current state, yes, we need to, I mean that 2020, 2021, 2022, it is some changes in languages and need to know them. And also background need to know. Okay, 6 minutes I needed to speak in this video because my memory